Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the What Kind of Man at YouTube with another modelling video. We will be doing our third update for the Gunpla Builders World Cup. Not too recent updates, but a lot of stuff has happened and I've got a lot of cool things to show. We'll get straight into it more or less. There's no details of the competition entry or whatever. I've noticed the buckler has fallen off my yarn. Once we attach that, we'll get into the individual work done to the 6 models. As a reminder, this is a medieval themed diorama depicting armour and clans fighting on a diorama that might be a bit out of proportion, out of scale, but it's all good fun and out of interest. Let's get into it. Now first, the Gafran. He's been riveted, textured, painted black, ready for further painting. It's going to be using the salt weathering technique of rust and filters and all sorts of goodies. He's come out quite nice, so he's pretty much a done and dusted model, chopped up, repositioned. You guys got the general story of what's to go with him. The 1980 yarn is fully positioned. The skirt has been sculpted on. Beautiful, beautiful codpiece. And his proportions are nicely done out. I've puttied him, sanded, primed, re-puttied again just to get all the nooks and crannies of the scratch build out, looking like a single piece manufactured model. He's got a buckler, the sword is almost done. Once it's sanded up and a bit of detailing, he's practically finished in a very short period of time. The GM, the last video he was in pieces. He's completely together and seam lined. There's going to be some interesting work. They were a bit short, so they were just extended with some styrene and putty. In the process of scratch building a very interesting helmet for him, so it looks very ugly now. I haven't touched it for a long time, and if the face is a bit sweaty, it's because it's still covered in lubricant. He's going to be very easy to do up, a lot of metal and leather work. I'll explain that later. This guy will be covered in head to toe in chainmail, and a lot of work's been done. It's going to be interesting, or very similar to a full Zimmerith effect, but just a completely different type of texturing. Is going to be a very, very easy to do. A lot of scratch building and getting his arms in that position, and the nice long skirt with the putty and styrene work. Now for one of the main characters, the Zaku was snapped and seam line filled in the last video. His proportions have been played with. I've chopped about half a centimetre from his lower legs and lower arms, and the proportion of his body, his torso, is going to be widened, thickened. Is going to be a very thick, heavy, sprawling unit. Nice big gut at the front, so the proportions are going to be very fun, very interesting. He's going to have a ton of accessories, a custom backpack. Some of those are starting to come together, but I would like to get into his accessories very, very shortly. They're going to be super simple to scratch build. And then this guy, his proportions are also played with, but he's got actually unnaturally long limbs. So that's going to be buffed out with a lot of metallic plate laminar style armor, which is going to be very, very interesting. Can't wait to play with that sort of effect. He's going to be quite a cool model. He took a very long time to build and seam line fill, but to tell the truth, I enjoyed the Girazulu so much. I've got another kit somewhere where I'm going to do an out of the box slight modification, unicorn gun version, not a way out fantasy, my sort of version. I'm going to do some pretty cool things with these. It's going to more resemble, as we know, medieval armor, some defects and texturing of that, and I'm going to be playing with not so common methods of scratch building. Obviously we've got full effective styrene and putty work going on, but I've been doing a little shopping, and I've got here 1/2 mil thin brass. Now this is going to be chopped up with tin snits and built and stretched and bent to interesting shapes that's very difficult or near impossible to achieve with styrene or putty, or if it is to be achievable, would take a very long time to sculpt. With this, very quick. You'll be surprised the progress I made. And this stuff for special detailing, you might know a lot of people that do thin vinyl strips where it's flexible and they can be glued around surfaces of kits to get all sorts of interesting effects. This is what's known as sheep pliver. It's known for doll making or doll making garment leather, and it just hangs and it folds beautifully. And there's many suppliers out there, though the trick is to find the super thin stuff for uses. And I've got here between 0.4 to 0.6 mil thin, so it's going to hang and join beautifully. I'm going to do some really cool things. I've played with thicker pliver in past many years ago on the Chisei project. I haven't had access to it till now, and since I've actually owned my own roll now, I was actually using the studio's roll in the last project. I can just go absolutely crazy and Burko in it with extra projects. So a lot of the really tricky stuff's out. I've got 6 models, and they just need constant bashing. One's going to be painted and 100% finished by the next update. One's going to be 100% finished but not painted. And 4 is going to make a lot of progress. The diorama needs to be cut fairly shortly. Things are still a bit slow, but as we loom closer to the date and this becomes more priority, work will speed up as always with my big projects. Though at this stage, with the amount of work I've done in the past month and a few weeks, I'm not panicked whatsoever. Things are just going at such an awesome pace, it is not funny. Anywho, I hope you guys find this to be a very interesting update, this unusual model, which the big model for us here at McConaughey Studios, being the Bandai World Cup entries, are always unusual, but I hope this will be a fun journey for everyone. Catch you guys later.